Alright guys, welcome to the channel. This is more of actually my first test ride with this camera setup right here. I'm riding the Kawasaki Vulcan S from 2022, and the camera setup I just put up together is it's a DJI Osmo Action 6. Just bought it like a couple of months ago. And the mic is mic 2. Not sure if it's the Nano or the, what do they call it? The smaller version of the mic 2 for the DJIs. Let's see how this works. I hope all of your summer has been good so far. Today is the 23rd of July? I'm riding here in Kallio, in Helsinki. I'm not entirely sure yet what I'll be calling this channel. I got a couple of ideas. Probably something Nordic related. Let's see. I think I got like 30 minutes of video on the camera now. 30 minutes left. So now it's 9:15. Let's see how far I'll get you guys on this beautiful July evening. Currently I'm riding with the visor open. So like I said, this is like a test run more or less to see how the setup works. So the microphone is wireless, as some of you may already know. I tried one time riding with only getting the audio from the camera's mic itself, but of course that was pretty horrible in the end. So I now got the... Hey brother. So I got the separate microphone here. It's connected via Bluetooth. I saw a couple of videos about GoPros, and apparently it's still, even here in 2026, some of the GoPros really require a wired connection from the camera itself into the microphone. So that seems kind of obsolete if you ask me. That was one reason why I went with the DJI, with the Osmo Action 6 now. Look at that beautiful sunset here in Kalasatama. That's just gorgeous. What do you say? Tell me in the comments, should I buy an apartment from these buildings? Yes or no? Look at that. For those who don't know, these are actually like the only buildings that are classified as skyscrapers currently in Finland. I think they're pretty cool. But of course, when it gets windy and stormy, then it's of course a different thing. Let me just check with my finger here if the microphone is still attached. I think it is. I hope it is. So anyway, now we're at Itäväylä, heading towards east. Got some construction going on here. Metro right over there. I'm kind of interested in seeing how well the mic actually catches my voice here. Now that I'm riding with the visor open still. That's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know in the comments, what bikes are you riding currently during this summer 2026? What are your favorite bikes? At least here in the Helsinki area, the whole summer has been a bit too rainy if you ask me. Haven't had a decent amount of good riding weather days. Anyway, You gotta enjoy those days that you can. Ride as much as you can. Don't do the same mistake as I do, just playing on the couch all day. So I got this bike, the Vulcan S, from a local dealer in Espoo actually. So I got new tires, new chains, new front and rear gear actually, and also they fixed the leak in the front fork. I got all that, but they did a pretty good price. It proves to show that whenever you buy like a used vehicle, so this was 2022 Vulcan S. Whenever you buy like a used vehicle, it's never gonna be perfect. You just know that when you ride out of the store. Got a couple of emails back and forth with the seller. I got a pretty good deal for the fixes. Just of course a reseller, of course, when it is like a dealership and you're not buying from a private person, of course they want to keep up their reputation and try to keep their customers happy, more or less. You hear a lot of stories about used car retails, for example. Some horror stories here and there. Of course, it's possible to get those experiences also from the motorcycle side of things, but thankfully not in this case. Let's try the old Porvoo road here. I like that road. Let's open the visor up. Let's see how you can catch the audio here. I also got the passenger backrest from the official importer of Kawasaki, Finland. Look at that. Nice old Beetle. That's beautiful. I haven't really ridden too much with a passenger, but needed to show the lady what it's like. Hey, brother. Gas prices are pretty interesting. How on earth are the gas prices in Finland like tens of cents more costly than they are in Norway or Sweden currently, now that the worst part of the Iranian crisis has been dealt with? I don't know. I guess it's just greed from the people in Finland. But it also kind of sucks when, it's summertime, people are all on holidays, they're doing road trips, they're riding their motorcycles like me here. You would like to have the opportunity to actually spend some money on gas, and if 95 octane costs like €2.20, then it's kind of like up your butt. Hey, brother. Well, this guy is not in a hurry. There he goes left. Well, glad I didn't do a hard acceleration there. It's always the Volkswagen drivers. Nah, just kidding. Actually, my first car was a Volkswagen Golf from 1998. It was a piece of rust. But it was like a wagon, so it had good space. It also had like a sunroof. That was pretty cool for my first car. So let me know in the comments what have been your first cars and how did you like them and what cars are you riding now? And of course, even more than cars, I'm interested in your bikes. Let me know what bikes are you riding currently. And how's your summer been so far riding? Look at that. Gorgeous summer evening on a field. All right. The old Porvoo Road. The tank's like 15 liters more or less. And if the gas prices are like 2 euros or 2.1 euros, usually when it starts complaining about the level of gas left, when I fill her up, it's usually around 20 euros. It's a nice local small store, K-Market. There's some moped guys. Even got an old monkey there. Didn't see if it was probably not an original Honda, some Chinese copy. I actually had a Chinese copy myself, and I actually still do have a original Honda monkey from Japan. It's like a summer bike for me at our summer house. That's a pretty cool bike right there, for the young folks especially. But you know what they say, boys don't grow up, only their toys get bigger and better. What was I saying? Yeah, about how much gas this baby eats. I think I've rode like how many kilometers with a full tank? From like 300 to 400 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. That's pretty much how much. But I do like that smell of fresh air immediately when you get out of the city. So fresh. I don't know if you know this part here. It's funny. Kind of a sightseeing here. It's Obelix. Obelix and his big rock. Carrying the rock. Well, that's kind of funny. Alright, we're entering Sippo. Here we go. And it's a long straight road. Look at that. Beautiful seaside. I think that's this week. Looks like we're fog spotting today. Can't remember in July. I can't remember a lot of times I've seen that much of cold fog on the wheat fields. Well, that's not a wheat field technically, but just look at that. Is that normal in July? Huh. Kind of reminds me of all those movies about the mist and the fog. The John Carpenter one from 1980, The Fog. I just watched that movie a couple of days ago. It's pretty good. That's an old store right there. Hardware store. Valhalla, what it said on the sign there. What's that? That's looking pretty cool. Audi. Not sure which Audi model. Motorway. 27 kilometers back to Helsinki. Let me know, all you professional riders out there, what's the difference between a motorway and a freeway? Sorry, I don't have my AI assistant at hand currently. But let me know. Hey, brother. Didn't see me. I'm usually pretty invisible. You know when you got a song stuck in your head? The song currently stuck in my head is I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. From San Andreas, I know the song, and from Breaking Bad, of course. Hey, brother. Horse with no name. Anyway, this horse does have a name. She's named Blondi. Because what other name would it be as fitting for a matte black bike than Blondi? Of course she's Blondi. Nothing to do with Hitler's dog, I swear. Alright, I think we're pretty much out of film for tonight. So thank you everybody for joining in on this. I guess it's going to be my first video on the channel. So thank you very much for joining. I really do appreciate that. If you enjoyed this content, you know what to do. Please give it a like and maybe even consider subscribing. Alright, catch you all later. Bye.